I heard a strange noise. I warned him not to open the door. Before the enemy could react, someone was knocking on the door. Then a group of strong men rushed in. Yuzin and Yiling held their heads up and asked the enemy to hand over the poison. Faced with the two black laser guns in front of them, the enemy immediately surrendered. However, Lui and his body felt very embarrassed. Lian Meng controlled the enemy and put his hands down. So the two started to fight and started to exercise hand in hand. This sudden action also shocked the strong men in front of us. The next moment, Lui attacked. He quickly pulled out his black hand and locked himself in the strong man's body. He held his gun in his hand and put the strong man in his body. The enemy's reinforcements were constantly moving. However, Lui was in his body. He didn't panic at all and easily dodged the enemy's bullets. With various moves, the two had a tacit understanding of each other. In order to get rid of the killer, Lui had to jump out of the window and drive all the way to the door. The enemy behind him was still chasing after him. Every dangerous situation was solved by Lui and his body. Lui was looking back gracefully. Unexpectedly, the next second, he was directly hit by a car. The driver's car was broken and the injury was terrible. His bones were almost broken. The killer was dying. Lui was in his body. He began to slow down and recover his wounds for his enemy. Then he became the original strong man. When he was ready to fight, the killer took a step back and suddenly shot him in the back. This didn't do any harm to Lui at all. Lui turned around and shot him in the head, but the police couldn't stop him. Lui had no choice but to run away from the scene. After killing him, the black liquid came into his body. That is, Lui and the killer were facing each other. Lui told the killer that he was the hero of his motherland. He came to the earth to test whether humans can live in peace. Obviously, Lui was very satisfied with this. He asked the killer to take him to the foundation of life, so that he could bring his family to the earth. Lui saw the killer's face and mocked him as a weak and helpless man. He asked the killer to surrender and leave the scene quietly. Otherwise, he wouldn't show mercy. After hearing this, the killer looked at the tall building behind him. Lui shook for a moment and began to climb to the top. The night view at the top of the city was amazing.